Across thousands of years, certain figures appear who sense something most of humanity has forgotten: that reality moves in patterns, that consciousness evolves through cycles, and that behind the visible world is a deeper structure guiding everything. Pythagoras heard it as harmony, Heraclitus saw it as fire and logos, Bruno envisioned infinite worlds repeating, Swedenborg experienced layered realities, Nietzsche felt the return of the same moment across eternity. Helena Blavatsky arrived in the 19th century with a single purpose: to take all of these ancient fragments and weave them into one modern vision. She became the bridge, connecting Greek mysticism, Eastern philosophy, Renaissance Hermeticism, and modern esoteric science. Where Pythagoras taught cosmic number, Blavatsky taught cosmic evolution. Where Heraclitus saw eternal cycles, Blavatsky mapped the cycles across ages of Earth. Where Bruno imagined infinite worlds, Blavatsky said humanity itself moves through infinite stages. Where Swedenborg found symbols behind reality, Blavatsky claimed the return was already underway. Her role is unique. She revived the ancient world and transformed it into the foundation of modern spirituality. She didn't just study the cycle, she lived it, taught it, and ignited it again. And every mystic, visionary, and loop thinker that came after her, from Jung to PKD, from McKenna to modern spiritual movements, echoes something she reintroduced into the world. Blavatsky is the pivot point between ancient recurrence and the future of consciousness.
Helena Petrovna Blavatsky was born on August 12, 1831 in Yekaterinoslav, modern Ukraine, into a Russian noble family. But she never lived like a noble. She rejected comfort, predictability, and society's expectations. From childhood, she was rebellious, intuitive, obsessed with hidden knowledge, drawn to the supernatural, resistant to ordinary life. She ran away multiple times, traveled alone as a young woman, unheard of then, and wandered the world seeking teachers. Her life reads like myth. She claims to study with Tibetan adepts. She traveled through the Middle East, India, and Europe. She survived shipwrecks. She lived in monasteries. She learned secret teachings. She practiced meditation long before it was known in the West. Whether every detail is literally true doesn't matter. What matters is the impact. She returned with a worldview completely unlike anything the West had seen. Blavatsky said the universe moves in giant cycles. Cycles of ages, cycles of civilizations, cycles of human evolution, cycles of consciousness. Everything is born, grows, declines, dies, and returns in a higher form. This mirrors Heraclitus' fire, Pythagoras' harmony, Bruno's infinite worlds, Nietzsche's eternal return.
Blavatsky put all these ancient ideas back together. Here are the core teachings in simple language. 1. Humanity evolves in layers, not just physically, but spiritually, mentally, and consciously. 2. Earth has been through multiple ages. Each age rises, falls, and gives birth to the next. 3. There are hidden teachers or higher intelligences, not gods, but advanced beings guiding evolution. 4. All religions contain fragments of the same ancient truth, but none hold it completely. 5. The universe is multidimensional. What we see is only the outer shell. 6. History is not linear, it's a spiral. It loops but evolves upward through each return. She didn't just say this, she created a massive system around it. And here's the shocking part. Almost every New Age concept today comes from her work directly or indirectly. Not as copies, but as echoes. Helena Blavatsky, her prophetic role. Blavatsky didn't call herself a prophet, but she acted like one. She spoke with authority. She wrote like she was revealing secrets buried for thousands of years. She argued that the human mind is asleep and must be awakened by cycles of crises. She predicted a future global spirituality, a merging of science and mysticism, the collapse of rigid religions, the rise of Eastern philosophy in the West, humanity entering a new stage of consciousness, and a coming revelation through a synthesis of all knowledge. This is exactly what happened in the 20th and 21st centuries. Her predictions hit the same chord as Bruno's infinite worlds, Swedenborg's correspondences, Nietzsche's new human, PKD's layered realities, McKenna's time compression, Lilly's cosmic instructors. Blavatsky fits perfectly into the chain, a prophet of cosmic cycles, reviving the idea of recurrence in a grand mythic scale. Blavatsky is the bridge, the one who pulls ancient esoteric knowledge into the modern world. She is the missing link between Pythagoras, Heraclitus, Plato, Hermeticism, Gnosticism, Renaissance mystics, Bruno, Swedenborg, Nietzsche, Jung, PKD, modern mystics, psychedelic thinkers. She took the forgotten old world and connected it to the new world that was coming. She reactivated the idea that existence is cyclical, consciousness evolves through stages, hidden knowledge returns when humanity is ready, revelation is not a one-time event, reality is deeper than the senses, the universe speaks through symbols. Her ideas shaped Jung's archetypes, quantum mysticism, the New Age movement, occult revival, Eastern spirituality in the West. Later figures like Alan Moore, Grant Morrison, McKenna, Wilson, PKD, and even the modern concept of a spiritual awakening. She became the voice that said, "The loop is real, but it's evolutionary, not repetitive."
Her controversies and mysteries, Blavatsky's life is filled with accusations, miracles, psychic demonstrations, government files, lost years, secret societies, hidden teachers, and her role in the prophets of the loop becomes even clearer here. Controversies, mysteries, and the shadow side. Blavatsky is one of the most influential mystics of the last 200 years, and one of the most controversial. She lived in a world where science, religion, and occult knowledge were crashing into each other, and she operated right at the center of that collision. Whether you think she was a genius, a fraud, a mystic, or a revolutionary, her story is impossible to ignore. Let's break down her mysteries in a clear, simple way. 1. The Masters. Blavatsky claimed she learned from advanced beings called Mahatmas or Masters, not gods, not angels, but highly evolved humans who no longer needed physical bodies. The most famous were Master Morya, Master Kuthumi. She said they lived in Tibet, guiding humanity quietly from the background. People still argue today, were they real people? Disembodied beings? Her imagination? A metaphor? One thing is undeniable. The letters attributed to these masters contain knowledge far beyond the average person of her era. Even critics admit the depth of the philosophy is staggering. 2. Psychic phenomena. Blavatsky performed things her supporters saw as genuine and her critics saw as staged. Objects appearing out of nowhere, mysterious knocks or raps, letters materializing, visions, precognition, telepathic messages. The point isn't whether they were literal. The point is this. Her experiences match the pattern we've traced. PKD's pink beam, McKenna's logos voice, Lily's ECC transmissions, Swedenborg's layered worlds, Bruno's cosmic downloads. What breaks the mind breaks open the world. 3. The Society for Psychical Research Accusation. An early investigation accused Blavatsky of fraud, but the lead investigator later admitted privately that the report was flawed. Still, the damage was done. Her reputation became split. To some, a visionary. To others, a manipulator. This duality itself is part of the pattern. Every prophetic figure we've covered walked the line between truth and disbelief. Bruno was called insane. Swedenborg was mocked. Nietzsche was ignored until collapse. PKD was dismissed as paranoid. McKenna was labeled a hallucinator. Every messenger of the loop is controversial by default. 4. The Lost Years. Between 1851 and the early 1970s, Blavatsky disappeared from public record. She later described Himalayan monasteries, Tibetan teachers, initiations, travels through Egypt and the Middle East, occult training, secret schools. Historians don't know where she went. There are no clear documents. But her worldview changed completely after this period. Whatever happened, it was transformative enough to launch one of the most influential spiritual movements in the world. 5. The Secret Doctrine. Her major work, The Secret Doctrine, claimed ancient knowledge survives in coded form. Symbols hold keys to cosmic truth. Science will one day confirm mystical ideas. Humanity is in the middle of a long evolutionary timeline. The universe is conscious. Time is cyclical. Revelation is progressive. She presented it not as philosophy, but as a recovered truth older than any modern religion. The book is dense, difficult, and overwhelming, but it laid the foundation for every Western mystical system that followed. She became the bridge we talked about earlier. Ancient, modern, East, West, myth, science, cycles, progress, esoteric to public.
Why Blavatsky fits the prophets of the loop lineage. When we step back and view her through the same lens as Pythagoras, Heraclitus, Bruno, Swedenborg, Nietzsche, and PKD, we see this. She revived the cosmic cycle. She restored the idea of recurring ages. She reintroduced reincarnation to the West. She connected consciousness to cosmic history. She bridged mysticism with early science. She predicted a global awakening. She saw humanity moving toward a spiritual completion. She believed a final synthesis of knowledge was coming. Everything in her work echoes the same pattern. The universe loops, but each loop pushes consciousness higher. She is the one who took ancient recursion and turned it into a modern evolutionary map. Helena Blavatsky lived between worlds, born into privilege but running from comfort, raised in a society of rigid rules but drawn toward forbidden knowledge, educated in Western logic but transformed by Eastern mystery. She was never meant to stay small. Her life felt like a collision, reason against intuition, science against spirit, modernity against ancient memory, and she refused to pick a side. Blavatsky spoke as if humanity had forgotten something important, something buried, something old, something once known by civilizations long vanished. She believed we are not the beginning of the story, but a continuation of a cycle so large that history barely remembers its previous turn. And this is where her voice becomes prophetic. She said the universe is not a straight line, it is a spiral. Every age returns, but at a higher octave. Every soul returns, but wiser. Every truth reappears, but clearer. She wasn't predicting the end of the world. She was predicting the end of forgetting. She saw humanity as an unfinished being, not a fallen creature, not a random accident, but a consciousness still growing, still unfolding, still waking up. And she believed the crisis of the modern world is not the destruction of meaning, but the birth of a new one.
Her message distilled: you have lived before, you will live again. You are part of a pattern older than time. You are not separate from the universe, you are one of its expressions. Everything you do echoes into future cycles. Blavatsky said revelation doesn't happen once, it happens in every age, not as thunder from the sky, but as recognition, as remembering. The universe reveals itself, not when the world ends, but when awareness begins. She left us with a question that ties directly into the entire lineage we've been building. If consciousness evolves in cycles, if the universe loops like a spiral, if ancient knowledge returns when humanity is ready, then what cycle are we living in now? Are we watching another fall or another awakening? Are we at the edge of collapse or the edge of remembering? Blavatsky believed the answer is already inside us. We just haven't looked long enough, or deeply enough, or honestly enough. But we will, because the loop always brings back the truth.